My name is Korin Deitch, for those of you who don't know me. I really wanted to be a blessing and an encouragement to the kids and staff at Springs of Hope, but it certainly works the other way around because they bless me more than I can imagine. Though all the staff, including Molly, are amazing and super inspiring to me with all that they have to overcome each day, in every place that we visited and served, it really was the children that blessed me the most. The first day we arrived at the orphanage, we were greeted at the van with dozens of big hugs and huge smiles. We played with the kids and we passed out clothes and soccer balls and drank uji with them, which is this strange millet-based drink that they have for snack every day. And then it was shower time, and I got to help a little boy named Alex get cleaned up. Alex is 4 years old, and he had arrived at the orphanage with his 3 brothers just the day before we got there. He and his brothers had been left at home by themselves for 3 weeks, and there were also signs of physical abuse on some of the boys. Alex is really small for his age. He's the size of an average 2-year-old, and he was completely expressionless the first day we were at the orphanage. The whole time I helped him bathe in really, really cold water, dried him, bundled him up, and helped him get dressed. There was no response from him at all, even though I tried really hard to get him to smile. But a week later, the same little boy could be heard singing in the hallway and was beaming ear to ear as an older child gave him a ride on her back down the road, and they chewed on some sugar cane. And the kids there are so good to each other, and it was just an amazing blessing to get to see the dramatic change in Alex's demeanor in such a short time. Springs of Hope is really a place where the kids can feel safe and loved. It's more than I imagined it could be. I just want to encourage those of you who support kids at Springs of Hope and assure you that these kids' lives are being changed and God is at work there in the staff and in the kids. At night, after a Bible lesson led by one of the staff, I was overwhelmed by how these kids worship God through song. It's so clear that Jesus is their healer, their comfort, and their strength. The older girls lead the worship each night and really are examples for the young ones. They also bless me by how they pray. Even the young ones have lengthy prayers of thanksgiving for all God is and all that he has done for them and what he's given them. This was super humbling for me, as I don't offer nearly enough praise for all he's done for me when these kids, most of whom have gone through atrocious things in their little lives, have no problem finding a truckload of things to be thankful for. Different kids get to close the evening devotion time in prayer each night, and one of the nights it was Beryl's turn to pray. Beryl is a beautiful 10-year-old girl, super smart, and I see her as a natural leader. She has 2 younger siblings at Springs of Hope. There were about 45 of us there that night, and she prayed boldly for us. There are not many 10-year-olds that I know that would pray with confidence for about 5 minutes for such a crowd. She blessed me again and again on this trip through her love for God and how she helped the young kids at Springs of Hope. And even on our ventures away from the orphanage, the kids continued to bless me. One of the days we were able to meet a man named Ben who serves the community of Rhonda that are affected by AIDS, which is estimated to be about 40% of the population there. Even in this area, the kids we came across were full of joy, except for the ones that are afraid of my white face. But generally, they were so excited to see the Mzungus, the white foreigners. Outside one of the homes we brought food to and visited with, the kids sang us a song they had learned at church, and I could have hung out with these kids all day. They didn't have shoes on their feet, and they shared a one-room building with several siblings and the rest of their family, yet they still had such a joy and a hope in them. It broke my heart to know what a difficult road these kids will face, but it reminded me of how we're instructed to become like these little children. In Mark 10:14, Jesus says, "Let the children come to me. Don't stop them, for the kingdom of God belongs to those who are like these little children." They don't let their circumstances dictate their love for God or the joy that they are able to bring to others. While we stayed at Molly's house, we also got to meet 17-year-old Anne, who lives there because she has too many medical needs for her family to care for. I was blessed by her sweet spirit and loved to be able to read the Bible with her. Though her English is quite good, she loved the computer Bible app where she could switch from version to version to see which one she could understand best. I was excited to get to leave my Bible for her to read and gave her some of my favorite verses. She's one of the people that I now pray for daily, as life for her can be a struggle day to day, even though she's so blessed to have her mama Molly to take her in and care for her. God's really opened wide my heart on this trip, and I am so thankful for this experience. And please continue to pray for the work being done at Springs of Hope and the surrounding communities.